How do you know if you're actually hungry versus your body lying to you? Once you figure out how your body talks to you, you'll be able to manifest the body of your dreams. And so before you judge your body too harshly, I want to tell you a story about ancient human beings. So before we all were able to carry our emotional support water with us, our canteens, our Yetis, and our water bottles, humans didn't have anything to carry their water. And so how did human beings stay hydrated? Because humans were nomadic. We moved around a lot. We didn't have really a solid place to stay, right? Didn't know when we get water again. So how did we all just not die off? Well, the way that human beings would get their water was fruit, vegetables, any plants they could eat. Plants hold a lot of water. Most plants or fruit, like melons for example, they are 99% water. And so humans, when they were dehydrated, and it happens today, when we're dehydrated, we get hunger pains because that's our body's ancient system telling us we need hydration. And so before you think that you're always hungry all the time, the first thing you need to do is check how much water you've had that day. Are you hydrated, or have you just been drinking caffeinated coffee all day and you have not had hydrating water? So if you feel those hunger pains, the first step is to check your hydration. All right, I think we're all pretty familiar with another trick of the mind, which is boredom. So how do you know if you're actually hungry or if you're just bored? My favorite way to check if I'm actually hungry versus bored, I have a couple strategies that I'm going to share with you right now. So the first strategy is, if I think I'm hungry, or I'm not sure if I'm hungry, but I think I am, and the fridge is open in front of me in all of its fluorescent glory, I ask myself, would I eat an apple or some carrots or some celery right now? Am I hungry enough that I would eat carrots or celery or an apple? Because carrots, celery, and apple, like, they're nutritious, they're crunchy, they're kind of juicy. Like, it should hit kind of like all of the crunch, juice, sweet, even salty with the celery. And if I wouldn't eat a carrot or a celery stick or an apple, I'm probably not that hungry. If you're like, yeah, damn, that sounds good, you're probably hungry. You probably are. And you should start with that first and then decide if you want to eat something else after. Another way to figure out if you're bored or just hungry, or if you actually have hunger pains and you're like, yeah, I need to eat, I want you to sit. And I don't want you to get up and get something to eat until your tummy actually rumbles. This is my favorite one because I'm an overthinker and I might overthink my way into like eating something. So this one gets you really into your body and it takes the brain out of it. You just have to sit there. And if you're like, I think I'm hungry, you know, it's technically dinner time, I should be hungry, I should eat something, sit and wait. And don't get up until your tummy rumbles. And once your tummy rumbles, that means you've digested enough food and your tummy is empty and it's ready for a refill. And that's probably my favorite one. Also because like if you start waiting until your tummy rumbles before your next meal, then you truly know that your body is digesting your food. I think what happens is, especially when we get on weight loss regimens and we have meal planners and we get so many meals a day, sometimes you actually don't need all that food in a day. Like maybe one day you hit the gym hard, but then the next day you don't, you barely get your steps in. Like you technically need less calories the next day, and your body will tell you if you actually need them. But this is why it's important to learn how to listen to your body outside of meal plans and outside of calorie tracking, because your body may not even want to eat. Your body may need a digestion break. sometimes, TMI, but if you get constipated frequently and you tend to be overweight and you eat a lot, you might be constipated because your system is constantly processing food and it needs a break. It needs at least like 8 to 16 hours. And so, you know, I'm getting really good at listening to my body because I have manifested my dream body through learning to listen to my body's signals and getting into a good relationship with my body. And essentially, like, the more in tune you are, the easier it is to navigate your body's needs, because a meal planner and calorie tracking does help and it gets you on the right track. But at the end of the day, we don't want to be tracking calories or following a meal planner the rest of our lives. We want to be able to be in tune with ourselves, decide if we're hungry, if we're not hungry, what sounds good, and go from there. So if you found these tips valuable and you feel like you have certain blocks keeping you from manifesting the body of your dreams, check out the link in my bio, because I have an inner compass quiz. You can also comment compass and I'll send you the link directly to your DMs. And so take the quiz, find out what your block is, and then if you'd like, you can join me on a 7-day journey to help you sort through and remove those blocks. And I'd love to see you there. I'm Danielle Ray, godmother of women, and I help you manifest your dream body by removing your blocks. I love you. You got this. Hopefully you take those tips to heart and it helps you figure out if you're actually hungry or not, so that you can start that communication and building that relationship with your body so you can manifest the body of your dreams.